that you can come back to Africa.
Oh man, I'm gonna give you the honest answer to that question.
I'm sorry, I wasn't.
I mean, it's a realistic question, but the connection between the African American or African outside of Africa and the African is totally lost. There is no connection outside of color, which in most African countries is not a thing. Like, you're not black until you leave Africa. So when you're in Africa, you're Ewe, you're Fanti, you're Kikuyu, you're Zulu, you're Hausa, you're not black. It's not until you leave the confines of Africa that now you're black, and now you're supposed to be unified. And that's from my thinking, we're supposed to be unified together and all that, but that's not how, they are separate nations. So our perceptions of Africa is that it's one big country, or one big county. It's like we've all been. And the reality is, it's like, you know, the Ewe, the Khan, the Ashanti, the Kurpim, the Achim, the Fanti, they're all separate nations in itself. They have their own cultural thing. You can't tell the difference between them, but they can tell the difference. They speak a different language. That's like if you live in North Carolina or you live in New Orleans. They both speak different dialect for the most, but it's the same unless you Airway or up north, and there's a whole other language whatsoever.
But from what I understand, the areas that the tribes may inhabit, the nations may inhabit, don't respect the lines that were drawn by Europeans. We see Africa as on a map. Yeah,
you don't respect it because it's not your lines. You know, this is not how so they did natural borders. That wasn't the case. So, for instance, where she's from in the Volta is a home to the Ewe people. The Ewe people are in Ghana, Togo, and Benin. But they divided up the Volta River, Afro, and then Togo. So then these nations are now divided up, and there's not a big line that comes down. It's just, now you have a German colonizer, a British colonizer, and a French colonizer that's setting rules for your nation. Like, what the hell happened? And you're not even aware of what's going on. So the disconnect becomes, the year return started out was to bring back diasporan, Ghanaian diasporan back to Africa. There was no consideration for, but a few of us were in the meeting when they were having the meeting and said, hey, and that's why it came on so late, So that's the reason why nobody's really inviting us back, because they really don't see us as a part of, when we come there, we're Black Americans. Or Bruni.
Yeah. Is that last name?
Or Akata.
Akata?
Akata?
Yeah, or Bruni or Akata.
What's that mean? What's that mean?
Go ahead, tell me.
Just tell me what it means. I don't know. I'm just over here.
I think of late, the word Akata is being, there's this whole dialogue about it being a derogatory term. But
you're not going to offend me. Just tell me what it means.
But to us,
derogatory?
Yeah. And he says derogatory. Is it not derogatory? Like
derogatory?
How do you say it?
I thought derogatory. Okay. But that might be my southern drawl. I don't know. Derogatory.
It doesn't matter. You just call it.
How do you say it? Derogatory?
No, like derogatory. Like, that's what I'm
saying. Way more.
It's not bad, son.
Derogatory. Yeah. That makes me feel better about being offended. Derogatory.
I want to be derogatory. Can I be that?
Derogatory. Okay. Yeah. So it's a Nigerian word that means like foreigner or somebody who is not from around. So let's say we are all. Yeah, kind of. No, let's say we are all Nigerians, and then somebody else who is probably a foreigner comes in. We want to say something. We're like the Akata person, so we all know who we are referring to.
Yeah.
You understand? So when you say Akata, is the one who is not from Nigeria.
Okay, so could Akata easily mean Black American or like someone from the Sudan?
Yeah, it could mean somebody
from South Africa,
a different place. But then.
That's what I'm asking.
Okay,
is it particularly American?
Yeah, but now it's used for African Americans.
Okay, yeah.
You understand?
It's not just foreigners.
Yes, it's for African.
Well, are we not foreigners?
It's no. Yeah, we still are.
Sure.
By default.
Right.
But it's nuanced.
I mean, it's
Exactly.
a contextual foreign. You're a foreigner in the sense of, you know,
Your
you did not
ancestors
grow up here physically. Your
Exactly.
biological feet
Yeah.
did not grow up in this area.
Yeah.
So you coming back, yeah, you know, you have a historical reference point here. But, you know, I ain't seen you around these parts. Who are you, son? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't really have a historical reference because you don't know where this reference,
Exactly.
where you don't know where you actually came from. And it helps you understand this concept of race that exists in the West does not exist in other places. So you're literally, so you call you a Bruni, which means
Yeah.
a foreigner, one who comes from the horizon or one who comes to
Yeah.
destroy.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they call,
The white.
like in Ghana, I walk through the market and somebody say, hey, white man.
What the fuck is that?